Today is very auspicious day, Disappearance Day of one dear disciple of Srila Bhakti-siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, named Bhakti-ranjan Prabhu. Prabhupada gave him the title Jagad-bandhu. Last year we read from Bhakti Swami's book about that long article. This year I want to read from our Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj. Shreshtarya Shri Jagad-bandhu Bhakti-ranjan, a disciple of Srila Bhakti-siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, paid for the entire construction of Sri Bagbazar Gauriya Math in Kolkata. His contribution included the land, the temple area, the Kirtan hall, and the rooms for Srila Prabhupada and his devotees. In that article we heard last year that he was having some ink business and he was very rich, but he became attracted to Prabhupada and became devotee, and then he felt that this is his seva. He asked that Kunja Vihari Prabhu, and so he made, and Srila Prabhupada himself observed this disappearance day like maybe 2 or 3 times, because he disappeared before Prabhupada. So every year there was a festival for this day. Prabhupada was observing, so you can see how Prabhupada saw him. He's his own disciple and also household devotee, but Prabhupada saw that he was fully surrendered to Guru, Vaishnava and Bhagavan, and he became pure devotee, so he disappeared from this world. So in that sense also, before we were singing that song, Jyanilo Prema Dhan Karuna Prachur, Heno Prabhu Kota Gela Acharjo Thakur. Acharjo. Who is Acharjo? One who knows the point of Shastra, that is devotion to Krishna, and he is practicing himself the point of Shastra and teaching others by his own example. He may be in household life or he may be in renunciant life, but point is that full dedication to Krishna, which is the point of Shastra, they are practicing and teaching by example. Following the completion of the math, because before Prabhupada started in a rented place that is in Ultadanga Road. It was called Bhakti-vinod Asan. That was the first Gauriya Math. Now ISKCON got again that place and they renovated. You can go to see. So from there, this happened. Following the completion of the math at Bagbazar, the deities were brought on a chariot in a grand procession from the house Srila Prabhupada rented at 1 Ultadanga Road. A 1-month festival of Harikatha and Kirtan, which Sri Jagad-bandhu Prabhu also sponsored in full, was held to celebrate the math's inauguration. Each evening, various dignitaries were invited to speak. One evening during the festival, the invited speaker, a judge, mentioned in his address, Sri Jagad-bandhu Babu is a generous donor. The quite uneducated and illiterate Sri Jagad-bandhu Prabhu, who had never addressed an assembly before and who at first had no intention of doing so that day, requested Srila Prabhupada, the chairman of the assembly, for permission to speak. After Srila Prabhupada consented, Sri Jagad-bandhu Prabhu declared, "The respected judge is most certainly incapable of speaking untruths. Still, what he has said about me is incorrect and improper. You see, this is amanina manadena, mood, which only pure devotees they have. They will give respect. But still, what he has said about me is incorrect and improper. I can only assume that his actual motive behind praising me was to encourage me in my service to Sri Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas. In reality, I can never be a donor. A donor is one who gives that which one owns to another. But what do I possess that I can give to others? Who am I to give anything in reality? I brought nothing with me when I came into this world, and I cannot take anything with me when I leave it. The only true donor in this world is Bhagavan. He has given me everything I have. Not only wealth and property, but also this body, which includes eyes, ears, a nose, a mouth, and so on. Whatever Bhagavan gives, he gives so it can be utilized in his service. Those who neglect to engage everything they have in the service of Bhagavan and instead use it for their own enjoyment are thieves. All I can say for myself is that I am not a thief. I am not a namak harami. That is stealer of salt. A person who is disloyal to those who maintain him. And this is the namak harami. A person who is disloyal to those who maintain him. So he said, the only thing is I'm not a thief. I'm not misusing things given by Bhagavan to me. So I'm not a thief. But at the same time, I'm not a donor. I simply engage the wealth I have in the service of He who has given me that wealth. So you see what was his realization. So he wanted to say that one who is fully surrendered to Krishna, he is a pure devotee. He knows Krishna is maintainer, everything is his, I am his eternal servant. I should not think I have anything, I am a donor, no. But it is not good to be thief. To take another's property and use it for your own selfish purposes, no. As a result of his association with elevated Vaishnavas who possessed a service-centric disposition, Sri Jagad-bandhu Prabhu, who was otherwise completely uneducated, received the intelligence and conviction that everything belongs to Bhagavan and should be used only in his service. I, too, hope to one day possess such intelligence, Bharati Maharaj says. That is, of course, also humbleness. But I got that experience that Bharati Maharaj is speaking Harikatha exclusively for Krishna's satisfaction. And Krishna is pleased even with those who hear his Harikatha. What to speak of being pleased with him. If someone hears Harikatha of Bharati Maharaj, Krishna is pleased with him. Srila Prabhupada's great Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada was greatly pleased with Sri Jagad-bandhu Prabhu's service and he therefore bestowed his mercy on him by awarding him the title Shrestha Arya. The word Shrestha means best, and the word Arya refers to a simple-hearted Brahmana who uses his simplicity in the service of Bhagavan. Therefore, the title Shreshtarya is a special designation signifying the best of the Brahmanas who serve Bhagavan. Srila Prabhupada has written, simplicity is Vaishnavism. Because a person cannot be a Vaishnava without being simple-hearted. The title Shreshtarya indirectly refers to a great Vaishnava. This was the title bestowed upon Sri Jagad-bandhu Prabhu by Srila Prabhupada, his Guru Padma, who was profoundly pleased with him. During the entire month-long inauguration festival of Sri Bhagbazar Gauriya Math, a ghee lamp remained lit in a glass lantern atop the temple spire. At the end of the festival, the glass lantern broke, extinguishing the flame. When Srila Prabhupada saw this, he ordered the brahmacharis to check on Sri Jagad-bandhu Prabhu in his home. When they reached there, they found that Sri Jagad-bandhu Prabhu had left his body. They returned to the mat and reported back to Srila Prabhupada, who explained, Jagad-bandhu Prabhu was supposed to leave his body 1 month ago, but I kept him here until the completion of the festival. You see, that lamp, and Prabhupada knew what is the meaning of that. So there in that article also we came to know, you can hear from last year, or I think even before, on YouTube, I think that recording is there. I read the whole article, how he was, day and night, he was supervising the construction of that temple, and he wanted all the best materials. And if something was wrong, immediately they had to demolish. And again, he was very precise and with great care. He was chanting on his japa mala all the time and supervising that whole construction, whether he was sick or in any condition. And he told to his family members that no one will get anything, no inheritance, everything will be given to Bhagavan. So in this way, he fully dedicated himself for the service of Hari Guru Vaishnava. If you go now in Calcutta, then Bhagbazar Gauriya Math is still there. And his one statue is there. This Jagad-bandhu Bhakti-ranjan Prabhu on the outside one wall, you can find like a memorial. So I was there a few times in that Bhagbazar Gauriya Math, and 1 year there was some difficulty because that Maharaj was not there and I had to wait, and another, like it was not fixed on which day I will go there. So then ultimately one day was settled when all had time. So I went there. Then I came to know that on that same day was this day, the Disappearance day of Bhakti-ranjan Prabhu, who made that whole temple. Very beautiful with marble, all very beautiful. Now they also added something, but that Maharaj, who is now Acharya, he showed me what is originally that floor and the temple, and what is original and what they later on they constructed. So that day also was festival on this day. So I'm remembering his statue there and bowing down to his lotus feet and praying for his causeless mercy. And we are hearing Upadesamrita. Yesterday, we are now hearing 11th verse, last verse, commentary by Srila Bhakti-siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur. We heard that Kali Maharaj polluted with different deviant philosophies and practices. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, feeling the suffering of the jivas, he sent his own person, that is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who made commentary to this Upadesamrita and who also is embodiment, murti of Upadesamrita, means he is example. Example is better than precept. So, we heard about Gaura Nagaris, then Mayavadis, and those who are doing like false devotion, imitation devotion. And yesterday we heard the Kali Maharaj also accepted the dress of a servant of Gauranga and taught illusionism. He made souls reject devotion to Krishna and become servants of union, that is sexual enjoyment. He showed them the shadow of divine love's garb. Shadow, not real thing. Sometimes he propagated the practices of the Bauls, and sometimes the conceptions of Gaura Nagaris, Neras, Sahajias, and Karta Bhajas. He propagated the idea of material union everywhere. This is sexual enjoyment, man and woman, which is the hallmark of the Gauranga Nagaris devotion to Gaura. They think this is devotion. Yesterday also I told that when you take sannyas in Baul, I cannot say Sampradaya because Sampradaya word is not so cheap. Sampradaya word does not mean group or sect or like this. Sampradaya means some where completely samyak rupe, that pragyanam, that divine knowledge, wisdom is retained, perfectly retained and given, daine. So Sampradaya, where the divine, in complete form, divine knowledge is retained and given. So how I can say Baul Sampradaya? It's impossible to say Baul Sampradaya. That is Baul group, you can say. So when you take sannyas, it is compulsory. You have to bring that girl with you, with whom you will practice that deho sadhana, body sadhana, which includes also the sexual, all these things. So they are doing. Oli John hoye keho apa na te goura deho prakasha koroye avatar. Keho bole ami guru, amake bhajan kuru. Kamini kanchana ami sar. Becoming followers of Kali, that is Kali Maharaj, some people claimed, I myself am a form of Gauranga. He has manifested an incarnation. This also I saw in Mayapur, that Kripalu Maharaj. He rented place in our mat. Our Gurudev gave because by that he and his followers, they will get some sukriti because they will engage that money for the service of Krishna. So they had program there. He was saying, I am Gauranga, I am Avatar. And his followers, I saw them, they were running after him, Jai Gauranga, Jai Gauranga. And there behind in our temple, there is Radhakunda. So on that guest house he was staying, and on the bank of Radhakunda, they were doing his arati there as God, as Gauranga, and program Harikatha, and also difficult to say Harikatha because that is not Harikatha. And Kirtan they had there behind, where now there is that. And now they are making samadhi for Gurudev, but little more on that side. So from Parangurudev's samadhi, previous one, if you look down, then you could see that there they had kitchen and prasad. But organization was good. Many people, and they were cooking, distributing. Organization was good, but Siddhanta is not good. And many of his followers who came there also came to our arati, Guru Gauranga, Radha, Madan Mohan, so they got Sukriti, and many they joined our kirtan, and many they also heard Harikatha from Srila Bhakti Kushal Padmanabh Maharaj. That time he was speaking, so they got some benefit. And interestingly, after this program in Mayapur, he came with helicopter and he landed in ISKCON, because that helicopters, there is a large space, so helicopter landed there, and then with whole procession and everything, they were in our mat, and everywhere there was that posters. So shortly after that program in Mayapur, he left body. So it means he got grace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Navadip Dham, and because they made this Sukriti of renting place and that money was used. Because Gurudev, our Gurudev told many times, based on Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Navadip Dham Mahatmya. When Shankaracharya came to Navadip and he got darshan of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, then Mahaprabhu said, "You are my servant. You are Shiva. You are my servant, my devotee, and on my order you are preaching this Mayavat to increase creation. On my order. But don't do this here in Navadip. Here my devotees are staying, so don't disturb this place. You go other places. Don't preach here." So our Gurudev, having full faith in Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he told us many times, if you want to be rescued from Mayavat, then you have to go to Navadip. So with that purpose in mind, Gurudev also helped him, this Kripalu Maharaj, that yes, you come to Navadip and get the grace of Navadip Dham, real Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and you engage that money in the service of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So soon after that, maybe after 1 month or so, he left body. I still saw him that time. So, and they made like some much that, you know, like women, they put that powder that to make beautiful, and like a makeup there, I don't know, puder, how to say that, and looking like golden. Of course, that was artificial. Mahaprabhu is really golden complexion, but he had like a makeup to look like golden. Jiva is eternal servant of Krishna. That can never change. No Jiva can become Krishna. So by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grace, we can be rescued from such Mayavat. So some, those who are followers of Kali, they say, I am a form of Gauranga. He has manifested an incarnation. Others said, I am Guru. worship me. I am more valuable than woman and wealth. So this is false pride. I am Guru. Our Gurudev told, a real Guru never thinks I am Guru. I am servant of Krishna. I am serving him. On his order, I am trying to bring jivas to him for his service. So I am not any false pride there, false proprietorship like this. And even when disciples, they will worship their Guru, real Guru will never think this is mine. Everything he will offer to his Guru, and it is coming to Krishna. Krishna is original Guru. But if someone has this false pride, I'm Guru, and he thinks in enjoying spirit, then that is follower of Kali. Gaura Bhakti Nash Kori Kali Bhasa Ilo Tori. Parakiya Gaur Prema Chole. Soki Beki Gaura Bhajo Loya Jorer Majo. Matilo Anande Kutu Hole. Destroying devotion to Gauranga, Kali floated his boat on the pretext of love for Gaura as a paramour. That is Gauranga Nagaris, they are saying. Saki Bekis and Gaura Bhajas, indulging in the delights of the mundane, cheerfully became mad with pleasure. Saki Beki, yesterday I told, they are those who are males, but they dress like Saki, like female. I saw some in India. Sari and everything. And they think in this way they can serve Krishna. And yesterday I told that man, he was doing this, Sakibeki, he was thinking I am Lalita. He even isolated himself for a woman menstrual period for 4 days. No one could get his darshan that time because he was separately, because having menstrual period. Although man, but dressing as a woman. That time, the Sakibeki, maybe now they are also more, if this still exists, this Upadesamrita, then now they also have more facilities in those like 100 years ago or 150 years ago. It was not possible to get operation, but nowadays if you go America and other places, they can change your sex, they will operate everything. So maybe now they are utilizing this also for Soki Beki practice. But the point is you cannot become Soki by physical things. You have to have the transcendental bhav through submission to Guru. You can get, not by changing your body. So Gaura Bhajas, Saki Beki, and those who Gauranga Nagaris, the girls or men, they think they can enjoy Gauranga Mahaprabhu as paramour, as parakiyaras. And this also, Kripalu Maharaj, he was like Gauranga or any other avatar also, mainly like Gauranga or as Krishna, mainly Gauranga, and his surrounding, those ladies who were there, they were like his gopis. So even by this you could see there is rasa abhas. He was playing the role as a Gauranga, but those girls who were on the stage with him, and they were also, some were old. Even that is strange. The gopis of Vrindavan, they are never old. Krishna is also never old. But he was old, And those who were his long time, this lady company, at least one, I remember, she was old, but dressed, and they were calling, I don't know which name, but Gopi is some name, and they were his lovers. So even this you can see, it is Apasiddhanta. Mahaprabhu never had any girls, gopis who will serve him in gopi form. So those who wanted mundane pleasure, they became very happy by seeing these offers by Kali Maharaj. Yes, you can do this, it is very good. Eho bole, Vishnu Priya Bajo Nijo Prandiya, Rupanuga Pot Tyag Kori, Radha Krishna Seva Teji, Tia Sapi Kama Bhoji, Prakrita Boger Pot Dhori. Said, worship Vishnu Priya with your heart, live the path of the followers of Sri Rupa, live the service of Radha Krishna, serve the aims of theosophy, and follow the path of material enjoyment. Theosophy. Theosophy. So some said this. Bhut pred vat loye gaura preme mishaiye, nijo bhoge gorilo gaurango, joro bhoge gaura hori, gorai chi nijo hori. Bole tor hobby sangopanga. Taking materialism and spirit worship, that is bhut, that ghosts and these spirits, taking materialism and spirit worship and combining them with, here in those apostles, love of Gauranga, means you combine together, they fabricated a Gauranga of their own enjoyment. They said, we are making our own God, the golden lord of material enjoyment, and you all will be his associates and companions. So many things mixed, also some mixed drugs. I will take LSD or ganja or alcohol, and that will increase the bliss of worshipping Gauranga. So that is also not correct. Amar Gaurango Loho Vishnu Priya Tar Soho, Nobin Bhajan Shikha Bhai, Rupanuga Raghunat, Nahi Sanga Tar Sat, Nishchoy Korea Kohitai. Accept our Gaurango with Vishnu Priya and learn this new form of worship, brother. Raghunath and the followers of Sri Rupa have no connection with him. This I say for certain. So some, they said like this. Parshader jei moto tate ami nahi roto, tahate amar karjo nai. Bhajanete ache dukho pratishta sambhog sukho, tai bhoji gaurango nitai. I do not follow the conception of the Lord's associates. I have no interest in that. In service, there is suffering. But in prestige, pratishta, and union, sambhog means sexual enjoyment, there is pleasure. So I worship Gaur and Nitai. Thakur Shri Narottam Nasya Jagad-bandhu, Bosa ilo Gaur Vishnu Priya, Mahajan Pod Dhori Radha Krishna Sada Smori, Broje Baje Nijo Hiya Diya. Srila Narottam Thakur, destroyed the misconceptions throughout the world and installed deities of Gaura and Vishnu Priya. Following the path of the great souls and always remembering Radha and Krishna, he wholeheartedly worshipped Braja. So this is proper path. Narottam Thakur is the best of Rupanugas. So he destroyed these misconceptions during his time. What Kali Maharaj brought. Prema Bhakti Swarupini, Radha Krishna Gauravini, Narayani Vishnu Priya Devi. Lakshmi Devi Lakshmi Priya, Nila Devi Dham Hiya, Tin Shakti Radha Krishna Sevi. Vishnu Priya Devi is Lord Narayan's consort, who is the embodiment of loving devotion and reverent of Radha and Krishna. Lakshmi Priya is Lakshmi Devi, and Nila Devi manifests her heart as the Lord's abode. These three energies serve Radha and Krishna. You know, first wife of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lakshmi Priya. Second wife is Vishnu Priya. Every Vishnu Tattva in this, when having these two wives, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Gaur Narayan. So every Vishnu Tattva has three potencies, Shri, Bhu and Nila. So Shri is Lakshmi Priya, Bhu is Vishnu Priya, and Nila is Dham, Navadip Dham. They all serve Gauranga Mahaprabhu as a combined manifestation of Radha Krishna. Gopi Anugata Hoye, Manase Sebilo Troye, Radha Krishna Gaur Bhagavane, Ebe Jenuton Moto Nagaria Koli Hoto, Bhaktir Nasaka Bhakata Mone. Being subservient to the gopis, these three energies serve Radha Krishna and the Golden Lord within their hearts. Now the devotees recognize the new conception of the Gaura Nagaris to be defiled by Kali and destructive to devotion. So they were thinking, let me be like Vishnu Priya and enjoy Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is not possible. They are all Vishnu Priya and Lakshmi Priya, they are pure devotees of Mahaprabhu, not enjoyers. And following in the footsteps of gopis, because they are coming from all consorts in Vaikuntha, they are expansions of gopis. So when Narottam Thakur installed actual Vishnu Priya and Gauranga and explained that worship, then devotees could see that what Gaura Nagaris presented was all invention by Kali Maharaj and destructive to devotion, that will destroy devotion. Bhakati Binod, Nijo Prabhu Pada Sarasijo, Apone Jania Gaur Britya, Narottam Pada Smori, Maya Pure Priya Hori, Bosailo Jani Nijo Kritya. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, a lotus at the feet of his Lord, knowing himself to be a servant of Gaura, meditating on the feet of Sri Narottam and understanding his duty, installed deities of Gaura Hari and Vishnu Priya in Mayapur, that is in Jogapit. Rupa Pradarshita Pot Svacharitre Jata Jata Jagad Jibere Dekhailo. Bhakti Binod Ashrita Prema Bhakti Samanvita Upadesamrita Tar Hoilo. By his own proper conduct, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur showed the path revealed by Sri Rupa to the souls of this world. Sheltered by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and filled with loving devotion, the Upadesamrita became their own. So they were ready to follow Upadesamrita. Those who are Apasampradayas, Sahajias, all those, they are afraid of Upadesamrita. Because the first verse said, already first verse is too much for them. You have to control these urges. They want to enjoy, you have to control. And then second verse also. So they are afraid. But those who are real devotees, sheltered at Bhakti-ranjan Thakur, they accept these instructions because they are meant to awaken devotion to Krishna. And so that we can give up all other selfish motives. Kolir banchana joto tahe bhakta nohe roto prakrita korya tahe mane. Rupa shikshamrita jai gaur shikshamrita sei. Onya shikha na shunaye kane. Devotees do not follow the deceptions of Kali Maharaj. They consider them mundane and recognize the nectar of Sri Rupa's teachings to be non-different from the nectar of Sri Gaura's teachings. This Upadesamrita of Rupa Goswami is non-different from Mahaprabhu's teaching. He himself gave 5 verses of Upadesamrita and also the Shikastaka. So it is same, and it is nectar. They do not listen to any other teachings. Shri Gaur Bimukho Bhap, Radha Krishna Prema Bhap, Bhakati Bino Dekhe Jabe, Sangsarer Dekhi Goti Krishna Bhakti Hin Moti, Bata Vyadi Chole Mouni Tobe. When Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur saw the world's aversion to Sri Gaura and absence of love for Radha and Krishna, when he saw the world's condition and mentality devoid of devotion to Krishna, he became silent on the pretext of rheumatism. Playing the pastime of rheumatism. Here you will see in the verse Vata Vyadi. That is disease of Vata. In Ayurveda, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So those who have high Vata, or if there is defect in that Vata is disturbed, then this rheumatism, arthritis, all these things are coming to those who are Vata dosha is some defect is there. Pitta, we heard, Pitta, that jaundice comes. The Kapha, the fat. So in Ayurveda, all diseases, they have their cause in these doshas. Avalambi, Joro Bhap, Joro Tyage Brajalop, no, Brajalap, Onukon Eikota Mukhe, Krishna Bhakti Shunya Dhara, Deki Prakashilo Jora, Antar Doshai Bhoje Sukhe. Adopting a material condition, repeatedly saying, reach Braja by giving up the mundane and seeing the earth devoid of devotion to Krishna, he, means Bhaktivinoda Thakur, manifests infirmity and within his inner absorption happily serve the Lord. So many acharyas in their last days, they play such pastime. Our Gurudev also played such pastime on the pretext of like brain stroke. He had no connection with outside, only inside in his spiritual forum, always happily serving Radha Krishna in Golok Vrindavan and giving grace to others on this pretext, Lila only. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also showed this. He gave his last message. You attain the service of Radha Krishna in Vrindavan by giving up these all mundane things. That was his last message, and then he went internal bhajan. Happily serve the Lord. Icha bhakta abhimane mura lok nahi jane. Aparat koilo bhakta paye. Nijo kudra odhikare chai bhakti te dekhi bare. Bhakte dekti bare. Dekhi bare. Abasheshe aparada hoy. Fools do not understand the pride of false devotees and make offense at the feet of true devotees. They want to see devotees from their own insignificant position, and ultimately they offend them. Alas. Like that, one brahmachari came to our mat and he was observing Parangurudev. And he was staying like maybe 1 or 2 years already in the mat. Then others, they told him, you have to accept initiation from Gurudev. But he never wanted, because he had his own conception how Guru should be. So he could not recognize our Guru as true Guru, our Parangurudev, because he thought he is going to market, he is speaking to people, all this. He thought Guru must whole day chant Harinam, Mahamantra on Mala, and that is the only thing. But he could not understand that Parangurudev was engaged in the preaching on the order of personal associate of Mahaprabhu. So all these things are necessary, but they are all meant for the service of Krishna. They are not something else. And our Parangurudev during night time, when whole day he was preaching, when all that was complete, after prasad, after 10 p.m., when everything is finished, everyone going to sleep, that time Parangurudev would chant whole night. Or not whole night, up to his fixed number. It sometimes took up to 2 a.m. or something, but he was chanting at that time. So then that person got cheated by another guru whom he again observed only externally. Yes, he's always chanting. Then he realized his mistake. So then he regretted, but Parangurudev blessed him. That defect is there, so you do sincerely bhajan, and that will help your guru also. But the point is, if we are fools, if we are not surrendered, we are not desiring eternal welfare, then our own mind will cheat us. He will say, yes, he is a good devotee, but we will not be able to recognize who is the true devotee. So we will cheat ourselves. So tomorrow we will further hear this commentary by Prabhupada. It is still quite some. Yes, I think tomorrow we will be able to complete this commentary. And then if you will want, I don't know, there is also one discourse of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur on Radha Kund Bank, where he also explains something about Upadesamrita with other topics. We'll see. So tomorrow